Hello, 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 hello. It's been a long time since I've been online and it's so good to be back. 6 months no YouTube. Wow, that's the longest I think that I've been off it for a long time. Anyway, you might be wondering what all this mess is. There's been a lot happening in the past 6 months. One of them is I'm in a relationship, and that's amazing, and so many lessons, and part of this video is actually going to be about that. And then we're renovating our downstairs area because we're going to be hosting retreats and farm stays here. There's been massive flooding in the region that I live in, and we've had some goats die, got some new goats, learning lots, life, death, rebirth, all of that fun stuff. So I just wanted to take you on a little adventure. I got chickens following me. We're gonna go feed the goats, and then I'm going to tell you about how a man can heal you. Hi, boys. Hi. I'm not wearing any pants. Sometimes I do this at the farm. Just not wearing any pants. So it's been a full-on 6 months. I don't know about you and how you're doing. There's so much going on in the world. We've had natural disasters in our area, flooding towns, roads destroyed, and just so much chaos and inner work amongst it all. I got into a new relationship with my housemate, and it's been going, it was super challenging for a long time, and then we kind of came to a breakthrough, and we're out the other side, and it's really beautiful now. So I actually wrote a post on Instagram the other day where I talked about a very special sexual experience that we had. And if you know me and this channel, I'm not shy to talk about sex because I'm a tantra teacher, and I think it's a really fascinating topic, and there's so much shame and repression around it, and just this one narrative of what sex is, but it's so much more when you actually learn about it. And I love talking about it. I'm actually going to my next Tantra teacher training next week, so I'm really excited about that. So I'll probably talk way more about it after that. It's just a lot happening. But for today's video, I wanted to focus on this Instagram post. Ow! Okay, I'm not wearing pants, and sitting on hay is not the best idea. It's very scratchy. Alright, so I wanted to read you what I posted on Instagram, and I kind of want to talk about it a little bit more because I got so much feedback and so many beautiful comments on it, but I also got some interesting comments where it kind of made me raise my eyebrow a little bit, and I was like, I feel like I need to talk about this more. So this post that I posted is a bit raunchy, and I kept it a little bit more PG for Instagram. It's about a Instagram post on how a man can heal you, and the experience that I had, a sexual experience that I had with my man, that was really profound and broke through. It was a breakthrough in our relationship and a breakthrough within me, because I realized that I was holding on to something for a long time that was putting up a wall against me and him. And in this sexual experience, it all came to a surface, and it was just, couldn't hold it back. It was just coming up. But it was a really long lead up until this point where I would, you know, have really amazing times with my partner, and then I would pull back, and I felt like there was this block in our relationship, and I kept thinking that I wanted to break up with him and just be on my own again. But this particular sexual experience really highlighted what was going on, and ever since then we've had a much more deeper, much more loving, connected relationship. So let me read out this Instagram post, and Mum, if you're watching this, it's just gonna get raunchy. But it's okay. I think we're pretty open in our family these days about sexual stuff. Alrighty, so about last night, he started kissing me in the shower, droplets of water running down our wet bodies, pushed me up against the wall, penetrated me from behind. We took it to the bed, me on top. It's been a few days of realizations, realizing how much hurt I still carried in my body from the breakup with my ex, how the pain from that was making me skittish and wanting to constantly run away from this relationship. Lest I fall too deeply in love before I open my heart too much, so I don't give too much of myself like I did in my previous relationship. I'm riding him, pussy dripping, his cock hard and deep inside me. This man, he's a rock, the stable one. He's fought for us to stay together when I've wanted to run. Up until the point I finally realized this pattern and the pain it was tied into. His strength to weather the storm turns me on like nothing else. You're worth it. I love you, he tells me, and melts the barriers around my heart. I have a deep desire to ravage him like I've never ravaged him before. To lick, suck, and kiss every part of his body. I'm finally seeing him and his true intentions. My heart bursting open with gratitude. His cock feels amazing in my pussy. My face next to his, looking into his eyes, he closes them for a second, and all of a sudden, I see my ex. A rush of sadness courses through my heart, tears coming out of the corners of my eyes. A grief has been sitting in my body all this time. More tears, more sadness, more grief roll through my body as I ride my partner. I keep seeing my ex. I don't resist the emotions. I don't resist the pain. I allow myself to feel everything I need to feel. I feel like this is the last time I'll ever have sex with my ex, and I ride my partner harder. I embrace the ceremony of letting go. One last time. It was as if he was there, and I got to say goodbye on my terms, in my way. A deep closure and release from my body. Some of the hottest sex I've ever had, and an incredibly healing experience. At the end, we both lay there holding hands, amazed by the sexual energy. I tell him what happened. He says he felt the shift and could tell it didn't feel like I was having sex with him anymore. He understands, holds space. I tell him of the hurt I felt with the breakup that was still sitting in my body. I start to whimper, holding back tears. He says it's okay for me to cry. I let loose and howl, deep grief and sadness streaming through my tears. It's coming out of my body. I feel this block lifting. It's been there nearly 5 years. My body feels safe to release it now. I feel safe enough in my body with all the inner work I've done, and my current partner feels safe as I can tell him everything. And he holds space like a champion. It's been a deep healing experience. Sex does that when we are in tune with our bodies. I feel sad, but much lighter now. He is laying next to me in bed. I'm feeling more connected and in love with him than ever. Safe to express my true self. Safe to heal. Safe to be me. I'm grateful. My pussy and heart now wide open for this beautiful man laying beside me. And that is it. So with this post that I posted, it had so many comments, and so many people were just like, it touched so many people on various different levels. I guess every person would have perceived it in their own way, but I feel like there's also been so much hurt that people carry within them, and in regards to the exes, which is understandable. Breakups can be so hard sometimes. And one thing that I wanted to clear up, I got so many comments, like quite a few comments and messages saying, I hope to have a release like that one day. And when I hear that, I'm kind of like curious where that's coming from. Because it's not like this is random. There's so many moving parts to this for me to have this experience. First of all, the relationship that I have with my partner, with my new partner, is so open. We practice so much open communication. I have a background in Tantra, and I tell him all of these things about how sex isn't what we perceive it to be, how it is so much more than what we have ever been taught, that it can be healing, that it's an exchange of sexual energy. I've done so much inner work on myself. He does inner work on himself. I've been in tune with my body for years, and I sensitize my body. I've healed from trauma. I understand how trauma comes out of the body. I understand how trauma wants to lift. I'm in tune with my intuition, with my menstrual cycle. I understand the power of my menstrual cycle, and it's been a key in helping me heal this block. And I embrace, I do daily practices every day that ground me into my body, that connect me into my body, so I can understand the language of the body, so I can tune into my pleasure, so I can feel the sensations in my body, understand my emotions. I've done so much therapy, so much self-help, so many courses and programs and trainings. There's a lot to this than just finding someone and all of a sudden you're going to have an experience like that. Maybe in some rare cases that happens, but if you're not in tune with yourself, if you haven't gotten rid of shame around sexuality, if you have conditioning and programming from religion, from your parents about how sex is bad, it's going to block your energy. It's going to block you from having magical sexual experiences like this. So in a way, like when I say a man can heal, yeah, in a way we do heal in relationships if we have done the work on ourselves and continue to do so, and actually work on a way to heal ourselves first and understand the processes that it takes in order to achieve things like this with the right partner who does the work on himself or herself. I don't feel like this is going to happen to just everyone, because with in a normal relationship that still has shame and conditioning and programming around sex that makes women feel guilty about their bodies, or shame around their bodies, shame around pleasures, shame around, or they're just performing because that's what they see on porn. With the normal relationship where there's no open communication, where there is an understanding around emotions and how it's important to talk about the good and the bad and the emotions and how you're feeling and work through them together. If there's no understanding of that in a normal relationship, there's going to be, if I was in a normal relationship where all of a sudden I started crying about my ex during sex, another guy probably would have completely, he may have felt embarrassed and shame and just angry and not confident enough within himself in order to be able to cope with that. And it could have gone in a real bad way. But for me to feel safe enough to fully express what's true for me in this relationship has taken a lot of work from my side, doing my inner work, working on my body, understanding my body, connecting in with myself, connecting in with my body, doing so, having coaches, all of these things just to learn about myself. And he does so much work on himself as well, and he's learned so much about sex and the differences between sex. One of the first things that he did when he moved into this house where we're living now, he saw a book on Tantra for men, and he picked it up and read it. Like, that's not every guy that's going to do that. Not every guy is interested, and actually, you know, a lot of the time men can feel like, oh, they just know it all. And it takes a really big man to go, oh, maybe I don't know it all. I would like to know more about sex. Like, how can I please a woman? How can I experience deeper things with sexuality within myself? It takes a lot for a man to do that, from what I've seen. So, wait for the motorbike to go by. So I just wanted to address that with this post and just talk about it in a deeper way that I can't on Instagram in just a few words, and just say that if you want to have incredibly mind-blowing experiences through sex, with sex, and experience sex as something sacred, experience it as something completely magical, like you never could have expected before. As a woman, and I'm mostly talking to women because I'm a woman, and I coach women, as a woman, even as a man as well, but as a woman, you're going to have to learn about your body. You're going to have to heal a fuckload of things. You're going to have to learn about pleasure. You're going to have to learn how to heal trauma and go into your shadow side. You're going to have to understand your emotions and what they mean when they arise, and how to work with them and see them as your friends. You're going to have to sensitize your body and feel more pleasure within your body, and be able to receive pleasure without feeling shame around it. You're going to have to become a wild woman and get rid of all the conditioning and programming, the masks and the bullshit that society has put onto you. It's about rewilding yourself, and that's a journey, that's a process, and it takes, unfortunately these days, money, because you sign up for courses, you sign up with coaches, you go and invest in yourself. Don't just expect a man to heal you. It's not going to happen like that. If you don't work on yourself, you're not going to achieve incredible experiences like that. You're not going to drop into your feminine energy and fully be able to receive and experience that nurturing and innocence of sex, of lovemaking. So I just really wanted to say that with the right partner, if you're both working on each on yourselves, and you've come a long way, you know, the sky is the limit in regards to the type of sexual experiences and the beauty of sex that you can experience. And it can be so mind-boggling and so healing and so delicious and yummy, and just like just activates your sexual energy. And I just had sex actually, and it was so delicious. Yeah, so don't just sit around waiting for a man to heal you, is what I wanted to say in this video, essentially. Do the work on yourself. If you want to experience these things, it's like an athlete. They train in order to reach the gold medal, to reach the peak of their performance, to be able to train themselves to experience that speed or that endurance. With sex, it's the same. You got to train yourself. You need to, like, know what you're doing. It's not just, people don't know what they're doing with sex. I've had lots of casual sex in the past and had multiple sexual partners, and a lot of the time people don't know what they're doing. And a lot of the time there's no communication, there's no expressing of desires, there's just performance. So if you want to get yourself out of that state and become a sexual athlete, and experience incredible, mind-blowing, just beautiful sex, and feel your wildness activated within you again, and girl, you're gonna have to work on it. You're gonna have to work on it. It's not going to come easy. But it's going to be an incredible journey of self-discovery. An incredible journey of self-discovery, because when you tune into your body and connect with yourself, it is like a whole new world opens up for you. So I really hope you choose this for yourself. I really hope you choose to educate yourself and learn more about yourself. Practice self-love, connecting in with yourself. And if you don't know how to approach it, I'm going to be creating programs and courses, so make sure you subscribe to my email list. But if you really want to jump on now and start learning and connecting with yourself and having a beautiful relationship with yourself and your body, then I do one-on-one coaching, and you can message me on Instagram and let me know that you want one-on-one coaching. Just send a message saying, I want to be a sexual athlete, I want to have this connection with my body, I want to experience this pleasure and healing within myself. And it all starts with you. So those are your options. I am going to... All the chickens have joined me, by the way. I don't know if you heard clucking all the way through this, but they're here and they're just grooming themselves and they're very cute. I'll show you. Hi everybody. So yeah, I just wanted to start coming back onto YouTube with this first video. There are so many more to come, and I'm really looking forward to talking more about lots of different topics with you. It's going to be a lot more talk about sex, self-love, pleasure, inner work, healing, all the juicy type of topics that just I don't know how to describe it. It's just like my passion and the thing that I'm most fascinated about in life, apart from animals and farming. And actually it all ties in, and I'll talk about that more soon. So yeah, that is this is it for today. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and to the email newsletter. And I'm going away for a tantra retreat. I'm going to try to record a video of myself in this tantra retreat and kind of take you through a process of what happens in a tantra retreat, in a good tantra retreat. Hopefully it's a good one. And yeah, let's continue this journey. Thanks for being here.